Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Pup. We're back for some more Draft League action. Today we're back to the AAB. Uploaded like 3 videos of this earlier, but now we're finished with the regular season, which was 10 weeks long. So I'm going to be uploading these guys, just kind of, fill the gaps in the channel. Yeah, I kind of dropped off of it because of the PPL, but now I feel like I'm in a better position where I can just kind of churn these videos out now that I have that backlog and I got a little bit of time to edit and put everything together. So hope you guys enjoy. I'll be uploading these throughout the next couple of weeks, but it's just some more draft content for you to see. Let's get into it. Yo, what's good, everyone? We are back for week 5 of the AAB against PokeGoat, who's the only other undefeated team. We see no Gengar, see no Ditto, which is really nice, and no Charizard from their squad. Basically what I expected. I would not have been surprised to see them bring the Gengar to try to deal with my Aloe a little bit better. But Aloe's just very, very solid here. Terra Poison means I deal with Sneasler very well. They also, I don't know, they don't switch into my Choice Specs Deoxys at all. I'm expecting at least 1, if not 2 Choice Scarfers on their squad. Which could be Dragapult and Jolteon. Also, could see Sneasler being a Choice Scarf Pokemon. I think Salamence is a solid lead, but if they lead with the Jolteon, it puts me in a little bit of a tough position, although I could go to Terapagos. They have no sort of hazards except for potentially T-Spikes, so I'm never going to have to worry about that. I mean, I could go Aloe just to start and get my Terra off really early. It does seem like a solid idea because it matches up good into Sneasler and into Scizor. And Palafin, which is also a very likely lead from their squad. So we'll just go with that. Good luck, have fun to our opponents. Like I said, they're the only other undefeated team at this point. And that's through 4 weeks or so. Yeah, this is week 5. So this is a battle for the top and definitely a battle we might see later on. As I do lead with Sneasler, so I love this lead for me. We're just going to get the Terra Poison off very, very freely. We don't want to get Poison Touch, we don't want to get Toxicked, anything like that. I could very easily Psychic here. I think it makes the most sense for me to just Flip Turn, though, because I feel like there's a good likelihood that they just U-turn out here. So we'll Flip, as we are going to get the turn 1 Terra. Would have loved to be able to have... to not Terra, just to be able to keep it alive for the Scizor, because I do take on that thing decently well. But I have other options for it, as they do Dire Claw me, so I should have stayed in and just attacked it. They are a Helmet. I mean, obviously we did attack it, but just with a Flip Turn. So we do decent damage. They took Helmet as well. Sneasler, I mean, we're going to be back up to full. Honestly, I'm just going to go hard back into it anyways. Right. I'm going to go out to Salamence now. I'm going to show them the Intimidate. I mean, it is pretty free to just attack here, right? They could bring in Jolteon afterwards. Okay, this is an interesting scenario. Let me make sure we're looking at level 50s. Oh, I guess I made this level 100. Oh well. I forgot about that. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. Flamethrower should maybe. No, it's not quite gonna knock it out. Air Slash would, Draco Meteor would. I'm just a little bit worried about them going out to Ninetales here. If they go Tails, Tails is so free for them. I think I'm going to Air Slash here. Okay, they're just going to give me Sneasler off the bat, which is beautiful. So they obviously were not Choice Scarfed. And this is unfortunate for me because I did prepare all my EVs specifically for level 50. So it might not be as good now. So I do go Ninetales, which is what I expected. A Veil here makes a lot of sense. I could go hard out to my Deoxys if I want, and potentially knock them out straight through it. I also like Tentacruel. Even Aloe is fine. If I go Aloe, I can get the flip turn off. I mean, Aloe flip turn does seem very free just because we're going to be able to get our health back. And that can give me like the Deoxys a lot freer. So I think that'll work out a little bit better for us. As they do just go for the Aurora Veil. I'm assuming this thing's got to be like light clay. I didn't bring rocks to punish it this week, although I really thought about it. But we just get a slow flip off every single time here. I mean, this Aloe is just going to put in so much work. As they do Blizzard, this is almost 50%. And we do just about nothing, obviously. I like the Deoxys versus Alolan Ninetales through the Aurora Veil. Choice Specs Flash Cannon should one-shot it. It's close. It does 83 to 98. So it's going to be very close no matter what. I don't want to... I won't die afterwards, actually. I guess they could be Dark Pulse. Would that knock me out? Dark Pulse. No, it never does. And this thing, they are at like 90 something. So it's definitely going to be a roll here with the Flash Cannon. Let's just hope that I get it though. Through the Veil here. That's also against max HP. They either are not max HP or we get the roll. And actually check with the Alomomola. Flip turn. Looks like they could have been. They definitely could have been. As they are going to go out to Scizor now. I think I'm going to make the hard Salamence play. Try to get that Intimidate off versus them. I also could go Aloe here. I'm just a little bit worried about a Sword Stance since they know I'm choice locked. And they have the setup opportunity, so I'm just going to go into Salamence here. I think it's safe. I think it should be very safe. Scizor, like Banded. If they are, they can Banded Bullet Punch me. I don't think it 2 KOs after Intim. As they Bug Bite. And that does nothing. 331 minus 264. That is 67 with Bug Bites. At -1, that is definitely not banded. Which is great. They have a really hard time switching in here. Flamethrower through the Veil should not knock them out, but it'll do a decent chunk to them. So I will like that. As they're going to withdraw, which is fine. If they go Palafin, it's a great play. Yeah, that is a great play. Palafin, this thing is going to take nothing. A burn would be just monumental for the game here. It would just make me win, potentially. But that doesn't happen. We are going to go Alomomola here, because I do feel like you're either going to Ice Punch or you're going to flip turn out here, knowing that I'm choice locked, because you know I'm Scarf. And we're just going to try to get a little bit of chip off on this guy. As you do flip turn. 452 minus like 360 something. I don't know, something like that. They're in baby form. We are Terra'd. Their flip turn did not very much. I just want to see if we can tell if that's banded. 386. I'm going to tell you right now. That's not banded. Nice 386. It's showing me bearings for an aircraft when I'm looking this up as my calculator. Oh well. We will be fine. Jolteon, I don't know if this thing knocks me out. I will calc choice specs here versus me. Choice specs Thunderbolts. If they're modest, I think they have rolls. If they're modest, it's definitely a roll. 336. It's in my favor to live. But this Pokemon does so much work versus their team, it's really hard for me to justify not switching out here. Yeah, we're just going to go Tarop. I'll go Tarop. I was wanting to use this Pokemon more for the Dragapult, but the Dragapult might just very well be physical anyways. So we'll go hard Tarop. And this thing should do nothing to me. just like absolutely nothing. They do T-Bolt. So through Terra Shell, how much are they doing? They did, oh, they're Life Orb, so I can tell that. They did 57, which, if they're Modest, that's the lowest roll. If they're Jolly, or Timid, I guess, that would be a middle roll. So Screams, like it would be Timid to me. Earth Power versus them here is not going to knock them out. I could Dark Pulse or Flamethrower. Like, I think Flamethrower is a good read trying to catch the Scizor coming in here. What are other options? It could be Palafin. Right? Palafin could be very annoying. And you still have Veil for one more turn. Okay, Veil's gone after this. I think I'm going to Flamethrower, because even if you do go Palafin, you don't. That's unfortunate. I was going to say, even if you do end up going Palafin there, we have the chance to burn. And we're going to get just a little bit of damage off. They don't know at this point that I have Earth Power, and I can knock them out on this turn. So I'm going to just go for it. I can wish this guy up later. So we do live. And no Para is beautiful, because I've been getting unlucky with that sort of stuff. And the Jolteon's going to go down, so that's their Terra Captain, which is beautiful. Now we just have to deal with Palafin, which is a huge threat to my squad. Scizor, which is not as big of a threat to my squad, and the Dragapult, which is still a big threat to my squad. And they go out to Dragapult on this turn. That's a little bit surprising. That definitely is. At 79 HP here, Dragon Darts always knocks me out if that's what they are. I mean, I feel like this thing's probably going to be Scarfed, or they're going to be like trying to Dragon Dance versus me. If it's Dragon Dance weakness policy, I could end up losing, right? Dragon Dance policy, I could lose to here if I try to Dark Pulse. I think, well, no, I think Aloe should be able to live anyone hits and get off an Alluring Voice that should knock it out after this damage. So I'm just going to go for it. They're going to drop a Draco on me. We do end up dying. They do 79. Draco, Meteor, which is not super surprising. Definitely not. I get to go freely into Tentacruel on this turn, and Knockoff is just super free. Tentacruel itself is super duper free versus their squad. Also could have gone Deoxys and tried to get a KO there. But I think I'll knock off. If they want to go out to Scizor, then I'll knock off that item and be annoying for that Pokemon. And if they go Palafin, then I knock off its like potential ban. No, they're not banded. We know that. We're going to knock off whatever item, maybe like Citrus, Metal Coats. That's fine. And I think it's just a very, very free flip here. We should always be faster. And I can go Aloe. So we get that extra bit of chip. I obviously want to keep Aloe healthy. But it's at full health right now. And this thing's not going to be able to do too much. Yeah, you're going to wing attacks. So you're going to take double damage. You're doing 100 per hit, which is annoying for sure, but it's... Oh, I was thinking dual wing beat. So that's actually just not bad at all. Like, that's so free. I'm just going to flip here. They're going to BP. That's not going to do too much. Yeah, not even as much as wing attack. And, I mean, this is just free. You're in the blender. There's nothing you can do about it. I could go out to Salamence. Right? Like, Salamence can get off the Intimidate. And then I just, like, double back into Aloe, and I flip again. That's kind of how I want to play this. Or Aloe and then Wish. Then I can potentially Wish Pass. I think Flip. I don't know. You don't have enough health for Flip to be like amazing, because I think you're just gonna die to 2. You Bullet Punch me. It's not gonna do very much. Oh yeah. But you will live. So I will just throw up a Wish here. I'm not worried about Dragapult coming in at all, because I just Alluring Voice. So even if they do click sub, or if they're Dragon Dance, which would be an interesting set to be mixed with Dragon Dance, and not click Dragon Darts into me, like, we should be totally fine. And I mean, maybe it's just Palafin that comes in here. No, it's gonna be Dragapult. I was gonna say Palafin might be able to knock me out if they were banded. Let me see. No, they wouldn't even be able to at this amount. There was one roll that would. I'm just gonna Alluring. They're gonna drop a Draco. That's fine. We do live. Beautiful, like expected, and we get a nice little bit of damage. That honestly is not even that much though. But that's fine. That did a lot of damage though. That might be very well choice specs. I'm not even going to risk getting crit, and I'm just going to go hard Tentacruel on this turn, because I'd like to have Aloe around. They're going to make the swap out into their Palafin. And this is where it could get a little bit scary if this guy's like bulk up, sub, like that sort of stuff. So I need to be mindful about that. They could also Zen Headbutt me and potentially knock me out here. But I will click the Poison Jab button versus them here. They're just going to flip turn out, so, I mean, they do a lot. They do over 100 with that flip turn. But that's just like max adamant looking. We're going to get a little bit damage on the Dragapult here. And I should not die to any attack from them, so I'll just knock. No poison. I just freely knock. You're gonna T-Bolt me. I should easily live with AV. I live another one. We do get parried, which is unfortunate always. We do get the knockoff. They don't die. They just barely live as they were focus sashed. Yeah, I think I should be fine. I'm just gonna click knock again. We live the T-Bolt. They do withdraw, so this will be huge, because they could potentially be Mystic Water here on this Palafin, and that would be really nice to knock off. We do get the knock, beautiful. And we knock off the Assault Vest, which is also pretty big. I will just Poison Jab here. They're going to Throat Chop, which does knock me out from 161. I did not think that was going to knock me out. Yeah, it was a roll. It was a roll, so we don't care that much. I can go Ment. Ment Draco should be able to pick up the KO. I could also go Darkrai and click Dark Pulse. Let me see if Darkrai Dark. I think Darkrai Dark Pulse will either pick up the KO. Actually, I think I should go Deoxys. I think if I just go Deoxys, then I click Psychic and I get free KOs on both these turns. Jet Punch should not knock me out from this guy. Yeah, and I need the... I would not have been able to knock them out before. We should just barely live. Yes, we do. Beautifully EV'd with 60 HP EVs there. We're going to knock out the Palafin, and then Dragapult's going to come in. I think they might have like quick attack. I don't think it's going to be enough to be able to take me out there. And maybe not the cleanest game for me. But it did end up working out. Even if they knock me out here, I go out to any of my Pokemon really, and take them out. I'm just going to click Psychic. They have Sucker Punch. Okay. That's fine with me. So there's Sucker, Thunderbolt, Draco. I'm just going to go... I'm going to go out to my Darkrai because I want to show off the Sucker Punch tech that I had. Wish I could have got the 4-0 there. I guess I should have swapped out. Bull Sucker. And I get the KO with that. That's going to be GG's. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Now we are the sole undefeated team. Feels nice to knock off a lot of really great battlers. I think we've already played multiple people in like the top 5, which is nice. But yeah, we moved to 5-0 with a great differential as well. We might potentially see them back in another game in the future, so you'll see what happens. But that's about it. See you guys in the next one.